We are live. I'm Jamil Parker, and this is YSM Sports Media. The big fish is a slippery one. Oh, man. All right, so if you don't know, um, Yordenis Ugas versus Errol Spence was cleared by the WBA. Stanionis has accepted step aside, probably step aside money, but it just said step aside. Uh, I honestly underestimated the big fish, and I feel like a lot of people did. A lot of people thought that he was boxed in. A lot of people thought that he would have to take a fight that he wasn't really keen on taking, but he did what he does, man. Or Al Haymon did what he does. All right. So Earl Spence gets his unification bout. Terrence Crawford is out in the cold, and Ennis is waiting to see what the IBF is going to do. Let me check the comments. My man Luciano the Don, LOL escape, shaking my head. You dudes have no shame. This man is fighting a good fighter for another unification. Buddy Boy can get it next for undisputed. What's the problem? Nah, you misinterpreted what I'm saying. I'm saying he was boxed in as far as he wanted a specific fight. And it looked like he wasn't going to get that specific fight. So it looked like he was going to either take the young guy that brings no money or take Terrence Crawford, in which he didn't have the full amount of leverage that he wanted. So where it appeared he was boxed in, he escaped. He escaped by paying step aside money. My man President Jafar, Spence fans last week was copping pleas, fabricating tweets, engaging in personal attacks just to protect their savior. You can run fish, but you can't hide. Oh man. Shouts out to my boy Fighter IQ, J Paul to go. Really, you gonna troll me? How long is this trolling gonna last, bro? You gonna troll me for a week, 2 weeks? What? Yo, spectacular knockout, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I would just like to see him get in the ring with a boxer, but he was gonna fight Tommy Fury, so I respect that. Shouts out to him though. My boy Dre, what's good, Dre? Did you see boxing won't be in the Olympics? Yeah, man, that threw me off. I don't even know how to react to that. I feel like maybe it's the corruption, and it was all good when American fighters were getting jerked. Now it seems like now that the Olympics is coming back to America, now they don't want it in the Olympics anymore. Probably because they're afraid that we're going to reciprocate all that we've been getting for the last 20 and 30 years. It's fighters that never even had a sniff of a world championship beat guys like Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones in bouts they clearly didn't win. And it's just Olympic boxing is ridiculous. But don't get me started, man. Oh man, Dre Spence I don't know, man. He got the division on a huge blockage. I actually can agree with that. I'm not a Spence dude. I'm not a Crawford dude. I would be considered probably a boots guy, but I feel like they're holding the division hostage. The young guys can't get a belt. Like the young guys can't get a crack at the championship because these dudes are playing politics. So if you look at dudes like Shakur, dudes like Devin Haney, dudes like Teofimo Lopez, they all got championships at 22, 23 years old. But the dudes at 147 can't because, these dudes is playing grab ass. Like it's getting too much. Either fight or move out of the way. So it's simple. If let's say Ugas defeats Earl Spence, then you got to let him fight Terrence Crawford. I know Stanion, but they probably not going to do it because Stanion has took a step aside. But this division needs to get settled. I don't even care if it's an undisputed. It needs to get settled. I want to see all the top guys fight each other. My man Cameron Smith, same thing happened when they announced Earl with Pac-Man. Yeah. Yo, the Bud fans are hot. Oh my gosh. The Bud fans, they sick right now, yo. Oh, he's a coward. He's running from Bud. He's scared. I'm cracking up. This shit's funny to me. I ain't gonna hold you. It's funny to me though. It's funny. Hilarious. My man, President Jafar, too much corruption in Olympic boxing. You damn right, bro. Too much corruption. It's turkeys winning belts. It's like dudes get washed, and all of a sudden they're gold medalists. Like, I'm sorry, as an athlete, you know when you lost. Like, if it's close, then you can be like, all right, you know, it could have went either way, but it's subjective. But you know when you got your ass whipped. And what's next for Boots? In my opinion, okay. So now that we know the WBA cleared it, we have to wait for the IBF. We got to see what the IBF does, because the IBF steps in and be like, nah, you got to fight your mandatory. Then they're either going to offer Boots step aside money, which he's not going to take, and or Earl's going to have to drop that belt. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I would have liked to see Boots versus Ramos, but Ramos got a scheduled fight. Yeah, man, that's a good fight. I heard they reached out to Ramos, but I guess he had something else already in the books. So you know how that goes. But yeah, that's definitely a good fight. I want to see, is it going to be a guy like Cody Crowley, Castillo Clayton, maybe a Boots have? Shit, I know he'll take Stanley Ennis. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that goes. Well, man, President Jafar, the big fish out here politicking and maneuvering as usual. yeah, yeah, that's the big fish. It was strap season when he first started. Now the big fish he be throwing his weight around. So shouts out to him to getting to that point, man. That's what most fighters dream of, being able to flex their muscle. I mean, Cameron Smith, Bud literally said he wanted Ugas, but now Earl got ducking. Oh man, come on, you know how that go. My man Lennar was good, baby. All right, Lennar, I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit. I wanted to get everybody. I want to get everybody thoughts. Probably like the last half an hour of the show. I'm only doing an hour today, and then I'm gonna let y'all cook. My man, triple single. I read the winner will be immediately mandated to fight Stanionis as well. Yeah, that. Yeah, triple single. Yeah, that's more than likely the scenario. That's more than likely the scenario. So you're not getting Crawford versus. You're not getting Crawford versus Spence at 147 pounds. That's just not happening. And I figured that though. I always thought that it would be at 154. I got a question. Did Terrence send Earl an offer while he was talking on Twitter? Now, they actually started negotiations already, but I don't know. Was it for a fight coming up now, or was it a fight coming up later? So you know how that goes. Sometimes they negotiate a fight or two in advance, especially if it's intricate negotiations. That's normally how it goes. Like Andre Ward versus Kovalev was negotiated before Ward even moved up to light heavyweight. President Jafar, I don't mind Spence taking his tune up and going for a title. I knew damn well he wasn't going into that Bud fight right away. He knew what's in store for him. I mean, I don't consider Ugas a tune up. Ugas has beaten too many quality guys to be a tune up. And I feel like that's a little disrespectful for a world champ, for anybody called world champion a tune up. But I understand exactly what you're saying. Ugas is an easier fight than Bud. And it's still an interesting fight, though. Still an interesting fight. I want to see how Earl looks after this eye injury, because that shit is serious. My man Dre, as far as Boots' career is playing out with nobody wanting to smoke, who would you compare it to? Oh, very similar to Spence, actually. On his way up, nobody's gonna give you the time of day until you prove that you can sell. Like you got to give them a reason to fight you. Like the ass whooping that's can come with it. It has to be worth you taking it. You know what I mean? So it either has to be a world championship, which not that many people really care about anymore. A shitload of bread, either or. Hey, do you think if they mandate Terrence versus Ennis, you think Crawford would take it? Hell no, no, hell no, not at all. But Earl, Keith not taking that fight. Mm-mm. They'll fight each other for big money. That's not how boxing's done. You only fight young killers when you absolutely have to. They don't have to. They'll move to 154, fight at a catchweight. That fight needs no belts. Nobody cares if Errol Spencer, Terrence Crawford has a belt. You're going to watch it because you feel like they're the two best fighters in the world, one of the two best fighters in the world. So that's the only reason why you're really watching that fight, because you want to see who win, not who'll be undisputed. To me, undisputed is a little overrated. Like, no disrespect to dudes like Josh Taylor and Alexander Usyk, but did they beat any Hall of Famers on their way to undisputed? Manny Pacquiao and Floyd has never been undisputed. It doesn't matter. They're the two best fighters. Them and Andre Ward, the two and three best fighters of the era that just passed. So to me, it don't mean that much. My man Dre, bro, he was smoke Crowley. Like that dude would get hurt bad. Yeah, easy work. He'll stop Crowley probably three rounds. And Crowley's a solid fighter, but it's two different levels. Spence said before the eye injury, he only had two more fights at 147. So can we say if Spence take this fight, he's ducking? Nah, because it's the unification bout. You don't got to fight Crawford at 147 pounds, Jafar. You don't. If that fight's at 150, do you really care? Like, really? Do you really care? I don't. Shit. WBC and IBF will also have mandatories waiting after this new tournament to put Earl himself in. Earl basically just replaced Butev in the WBA tournament. Undisputed is not happening anytime soon. You're right. We ain't saying no undisputed champ. This cemented it. This definitely cemented it. I know Canelo licking his chops at Better Be fight now, bro. Yo, and dudes got mad at Andre Ward for saying it because Better Be got the knockout. But elite level boxers, they recognize weakness even when you win. So they're looking at stuff. Okay, I think I can. Oh, you don't do this well. Oh, okay. You're not sharp. You're not reacting. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. I got one. Yeah, that's how they roll, man. They look for weaknesses. I know this is a Boots channel. Full respect to Boots Ennis. I had him ranked at number 3. Hey, President. Nah, man. This is a box. Well, this is a sports channel. I fuck with Boots. That's my young bull, but this is a sports channel. I am pro. I'm pro boxing. I'm a Boots fan though, but I'm pro boxing. So I'll call it down the middle. If I see something, I'll say it. If I don't see it, I don't see it. I think Boots beats Crawford versus Spence based off of talent and style. You want to ask me who's more accomplished? Of course, Crawford and Spence. I'm just going by what I see and what I think's going to happen in the ring. You could be right. I could be wrong. Shit, but I'm going to respect your opinion just as long as you respect mine. A lot of dudes, go to the disrespect and whatnot, calling dudes fanboys. I ain't really into that. Machiavelli Mafia, what's good, fam? What's good with you, yo? Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm a man. Dre Bud said the same thing with Ortiz when Ortiz called for the smoke. Like, how do you want to tell somebody they not ready? I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they're holding the young bulls off. Like the young bulls work their way to get in the position for a mandatory. And now they got to deal with, y'all and, oh, well, 60, 40, 40. Oh, well, you on the wrong side of the street. At the end of the day, dudes like Boots and Virgil's like, yo, come on. Fight or get out the way. Fight or move up. Simple. So I definitely agree with them in that sentiment. My man Cam said, bro, and plus Terrence literally said the Earl fight was behind him, but now he ducking. Bobby back and forth with that, man. One moment he don't want the book, he don't want the fight. I'm moving on. Then the next moment, he's petitioned to be the mandatory. I, I take all that as lip service. Fighters, say one thing, do another. So, it fluctuates from interview to interview. It is what it is. I mean, Ayo, it's not that it's overrated. It's the fact that the fans pretend like they care so much about belts when they don't. I feel as though overrated, but you make a good point. You make a good point. People care about names. They don't care about belts. The average fan can't tell you who's the world champions at 154 pounds or bantamweight, let alone, just cruiserweight. I have no idea who's holding the belts. Not even gonna lie to you. My man Dre, I'd like to see Boots versus Crowley first half of 2022. I just want to see bro in the ring at this point. If he can't get anybody better than Crowley, Crowley's solid, but if he can't get anybody better, then yeah, I'll take that. I would like to see Stanionis. Cop Killer once again say he don't want no smoke with Earl and he refused to take the 40-60 split. All right, so I don't believe, based on the metrics, that Terrence Crawford deserves an equal split with Errol Spence. Based off of sheer numbers alone, no. That's not how boxing is done. That's not how business is done. Whoever draws more, whoever earns more, gets more, right? But I don't understand where him and his team is sitting from. They probably just trying to get the best split possible. But what is that 40-60? Is that total revenue? Is that guaranteed money? Is that pay-per-view split? Like, is it the international TV rights, the closed circuit TV rights? There's a whole lot that actually go into making and negotiating a fight. So, yeah. My man Dre, they act like Ward is some dude with no credentials. He knows what it is. Yo, man, fans are funny. It's like you're not talking to possibly the greatest fighter in his era. Olympic gold medalist, undefeated world champion, 2 divisions. Like, it's weird, but fans are gonna be fans. My man President Jafar, I get my boots content here. Oh yeah, I mean I'm from Philly, so I gym like 10 minutes away from my crib, and he's an exceptional fighter. I don't know why a lot of dudes don't really show him love like that or as much love as they should. They keep saying, "Oh, I need to see more. He needs to fight somebody. He needs to fight this guy. He needs to fight that guy. He needs to fight Blair Cobbs. Like he in line for a title shot. Like tell your favorite fighter to get in the ring with him. Tell your favorite fighter to step up because he wants to fight. And I'm not talking about you, President. I'm just saying in general to the detractors. It's like tell the top guys to get in the ring. Don't play politics. If you want to see him step up, if you claiming that he's not what all his fans say he is, then get in the ring. I guarantee you, it'll look real different from Sean Porter, and that's for Spence and Errol. Oh, that's for Spence and Bud. Look completely different. Do you think there's a need for Scooter versus Frick? If Figueroa wants it, yeah, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. And he's a champ, so he deserves his rematch. I mean, triple single Butev is in camp. We'll also have to claim the winner of. Oh, yeah, that is a good point. No, we'll get it if they drop the belts. We'll get it if they drop the belts. If they really want that fight, they'll drop it. They probably be waiting on money. See how much money they can generate. My man Machiavelli is clear. Crawford and Spence weren't discussing. Earl wanted Ugas this whole time, and Bud will fight Thurman. No offers were sent. I bet. Nah, man. They actually sat down. I'll put you on something. The head of NCK Global lives in Dubai. Who's visited Dubai in the last 4 or 5 months? Think about it. I actually have knowledge of this, but just think about it. Why does everybody keep going to Dubai? For what? For vacation? Really? It's a nice place, but I mean, there's other places you can go. Keep going to Dubai though. Yeah. Well, man, Cop Killer, Earl doing all the heavy lifting. Wow, that. Hey, yo, Cop, you ain't got to disrespect him though. Like, I get your feeling, but this really ain't one of those. This really ain't one of those channels for that. Like, he's a great fighter. Earl's a great fighter, and they all men. So, like, I ain't got no issue with you hating on him, but you ain't got to do that though. I'm just ready to see a fight, bro. Bud fans don't even pay for his fights. True, that's true. I mean, ain't nothing else you can say. I mean, dudes be talking trash on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, but I mean, themselves ain't looking right in the light. Ain't looking right. They looking kind of funny. Imagine if Canelo and Golovkin still never fought each other. We gonna get Canelo 3 before Spence versus Crawford. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right. Shit, Wilder and Fury fought 3 times before we got Crawford versus Spence. That shit's crazy. He can't sell a turkey on Thanksgiving for 150. Yo, you out of pocket, bro. He can't sell a turkey on Thanksgiving though. Oh man. My man Leonard, you got a story to tell? I got you, baby. As soon as we reach 30 minutes, I'm gonna put the link in the chat and I'm just let y'all rock out, man. My man Dante, I'm glad Ugas and Spence's fight is happening because Spence is going to beat Ugas and Bud to move to 154 and open up the welterweight. I mean, if it happens like that, I got no issue. I want to see that fight. President Jafar, Errol Spence never sent Bud Crawford. He have no idea 60-40 is we just speculating the offer was never sent, therefore it is not a real thing. I don't know what they discussed in their meeting that they had. I don't know, what terms. So I'm not going to speculate. Whoever I talked to didn't give me specifics. He just said that they already sat down and just gave me details. All right, so Deron Williams can box a little low key. Yo, he was dish ragging Frank Gore, man. Oh my gosh. Yo, that threw me off. I didn't think that, the football players walk around like, but he was dish ragging. He was treating him like a little kid. That Bud Spencer fantasy fight at this point, I would hope not. Hey, we got the biggest Blair Cobbs fan. Trap Media USA, Blair Cobbs. Yeah, the biggest Blair Cobbs fan. You want Blair to get put in the hospital. Yeah. Hey, Trap, you still trying to keep your favorite fighter safe? Hmm? You was probably cheering when you heard he got Ugas. Keep boots off his ass? Huh? Blair Cobbs. Come on, man. Triple single. Why wasn't splits being discussed publicly for Ugas? Why is it just Crawford that has to accept public offers? Stop being blind fans. Hey, yo, triple single. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard a split talked about in a PBC fight? In-house PBC fight? Never. All that stuff happens behind closed doors. But refuses to sign loud. So the treatment is different. You're out, like you're being outsourced. So therefore, you're going to hear terms and stuff like that. So Thurman versus Spence, if that fight were to happen, you're never going to know what the split is. The real split, you're never going to know. They're not even going to talk about it in the media. Not at all. Al conducts his business in silence behind closed doors. Bottom line, Boots will be the man though the IBF in 2022. That's when Bud versus Spence will be made very easy. Yeah, I can see that. So pick up a belt just to drop it later. Got it. Yeah, it's an in-house fight, man. It's an in-house fight. I had my money on my man YB Marcus. He sat on them ropes. I knew it was raps. My man Kevin Jones said my favorite fighter is Dave Morrell. Tell your favorite fighter to go spar him in Minnesota. Dave Morrell like 6'3", bro. Morrell's a monster, yo. Monster. Dudes want to act like he don't exist. Monster, though. Terrence should get 33% to fight Spence, but Spence is a nice guy, offering him 40, which is more than he will ever get for a fight, and he turned it down. Obviously, he don't want the fight. I don't know what is being offered. Can't really say. But to me, based off of the numbers, Bud should get 33 to 35%. 40% is actually, good based off of his numbers. And dudes want to act like numbers don't matter. It's just accomplishments and accolades. But promoters and networks do not get paid off of accomplishments and accolades, y'all. That's not how it works. You can't feed your family off of accomplishments and accolades. That belt can't can't feed your family. And that's why fighters, pick them up and drop them. If you sell, you the man. Blair, a damn near 30-year-old prospect. Blair turns 32 December 30th. So in like a week or two? Yeah, so yeah, 32-year-old prospect. And shouts out to Blair, man. I hate the fact that I have to talk like that to a dude that's from my city, but I feel like guys are using Blair to protect their favorite fighters from Boots. It's like if you tell me, Virgil Ortiz, Rashidi Ellis, I get it. I get it. If they press Boots and wanted to fight, I would say, yeah, run with them dudes. But you want him to fight a dude that's ranked 44th. But you telling me you want him to step up in the same sense. Oh, we want to see him step up. I'll fight Blair. Blair's not a step up. Sorry, Trap. And you've been pushing that narrative because you a Boots hater, bro. You the same dude that said Tank would knock out Boots. So everybody in the chat, Track Media USA told me Tank would knock Boots out. Go. Or Boots versus, I can't pronounce that name, for the IBO. They said they would pursue the IBO in 2022. Just won the belt. It's an American belt based in Florida. Most of the greats have held it. People drop that belt all the time. People don't even take the IBO seriously, kind of like the WBO in like the 90s and in the early 2000s. Since you talking about how much he likes to spar bigger guys, I mean, shit. I would love to see them spar. I would love to see them spar, Kev. And I like David Morrell. But just how that works, right? He spars. If Boots comes up to spar him, then let David Morrell go spar Fury. Same way, right? Smaller guy sparring a bigger guy, and that'd be good work too. Would you like to see that? or only when your man got the advantage. And I like David Morrell. David Morrell's my guy. He can wipe out 168 pounds. YSM, don't fall for the he can't sell duck line. Be careful because Spence fans will use that same exact line. Bro, that's the truth. I don't care if it's boots or not. Business is business. If you don't sell, like that's like if I hear Boots arguing, oh no, Crawford, no, Spence, I want 40%, I want 50%. I'll be looking at him like, no, you take whatever you gotta take whatever they give it. You know what I mean? As long as they ain't nothing stupid ridiculous like 10%. But if they offer 20, 25, 30%, you like Boots at this position, you gotta take that. You know, Terrence Crawford, you don't sell. You don't sell more than the other guys. So, like, why are Crawford fans so offended by that? Like, that's basic business. Like, if you go back and you look at the history of boxing and you see what kind of split that Oscar De La Hoya had with Felix Trinidad, Floyd had with Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd had with Canelo Alvarez, Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard. Whoever sells more gets more. Come on. Like, why y'all making it personal? It's just business. Oh man, Kel, Bud, and Spence gonna fight for undisputed. I don't see it. I really don't. YSM, do you think Crawford takes the fight after Earl beats Ugas, or do you think Crawford was still on fit? I don't know about Bud, man. I don't know who's advising Bud. I don't get it. I don't know what Bud can do. But some of the things he says out of his mouth, I just be like, business wise. And I don't even, bro, I'm on record saying I think Bud would beat Spence. Before the Porter fight, I thought Bud would stop Spence. Now I'm not sure. After the Porter fight, I'm not sure based off of styles. So I don't know. But I told y'all for the last half an hour, I will let y'all cook. So I'm putting a link in the chat. Y'all hop on. Y'all give y'all thoughts. Spence, Ugas. I got Spence beating Ugas as long as he's still Spence. And I don't know. Eye injury, that ain't nothing to be played with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And with everybody, F out there with that Blair. The most exciting man in boxing. Bro, Blair won't last 2 rounds for Boots. I mean, Dewan Ennis, wow. Was good, Dewan. Oh man, Lenore, what's good? What's good with you?
Oh, Donna. Hey, Donna. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good day today. YSM. Hey, YSM. Hey, brother. How you doing?
Man. Go ahead, man.
Hey, man. It just looked like the game plan. Stick to the game plan. Man. Okay. Now, YSM, I want to say this. And I heard you a little bit on somebody else's panel. But I won't direct this towards you, but but Crawford fans in general. This is the best scenario to happen anyways. And I heard you make I'll just say distasteful comment and say, oh, you basically you had a 1-up on Spence, and it was like, oh, now it's either boot or bud. But brother, if you really wanted to see this fight, you want to see this out there best. Even if Crawford went in there and they say he beat Spence, right? He just say he beat Spence. He wouldn't get his credit for that, and that's not right. You should have been from the beginning. You should have said, you know what? I want to see Spence versus Ugas. And that's what the Spence fans were saying next. Again, I'm not, because I assume, right, that you believe that Terrence Crawford and that Crawford would be a harder fight for Spence and Ugas. Correct or incorrect? Be honest.
Crawford is a harder fight than Ugas. But I don't consider I don't consider Ugas a tuna. I would rather Earl actually take a tuna.
But do you? But you again? You can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, so you, but you would as again. So yes, so you believe that Crawford would be a harder fight for Spence? Correct or
yes.
incorrect?
Crawford's a harder fight for Spence, in my opinion. Go.
Okay, in your opinion, agreed. With that being said, you should have wanted Earl Spence to take a. I won't even say to him because that's disrespectful to Ugas, but a quote unquote softer touch than a Crawford, so then he can knock the rust off. Then we get this fight.
I wanted.
It's not. It was
Whoa,
very
stop,
shameful,
Leonard.
and I
Leonard.
mean
I
the
wanted him
Crawford. It
to
was
take
very
the tuna.
shameful when the Crawford fans were
I wanted
pushing
him
for
to
this
take
fight
the
because you
tuna
guys.
regardless, though. I don't
Go ahead.
consider Ugas a tuna. So when you actually throw that, it don't really apply to me because
Well, I'm not saying he was a
yeah,
tune-up. That's why I
okay,
said just a softer touch. That's why
yeah, but mm, I don't consider Ugas like
I'm not saying he's weak. I'm not saying that that he's not going to push Spence. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance. He definitely has a chance considering the circumstances. But what I will say is this: if I had to bet my money, I have Spence beating Ugas right now than over beating Bud.
I
That's
can
the
see that.
point.
Let me get to this comment real fast. My man Brandon Fielder, love this channel, brother. I see people are already taking your videos and remixing them. Brandon, that shit be irking me, bro. Just give credit. Like I'm a small channel, but dudes who are bigger channels be taking my shit and then slapping their watermark on it and trying to act like nothing happened. Like, come on, guys. Boots too big. Yeah. I don't even know why Trap even brought that up. Here you go, right here. There you go. My man Alonzo Lambert, new to the spot. What I missed, the WBA, okay, Spence versus Ugas. So we got a unification bout. Let's get it.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, Brandon. My bad, Trap. Let me get to the last question. The question is,
Alright.
who is Boots going to fight next, and who will Crawford fight next? Boots needs to press Crawford. I think that fight would take. I think if Crawford is smart, I would wait for Thurman. I wouldn't go after Josh Taylor. I would go after Thurman.
But this the thing though. Why it's saying we can't. Again, it's already risky for Spence to take on Ugas. We don't. Again, I don't want to see a possible upset. Crawford just had a fight. He'll be fresh. If assuming Spence gets fast Ugas, he'll be fresh, and we get that fight. Why risk
We only
fighting
get
a
that.
Thurman?
Hey, Leonard, we only get that fight if they drop them belts.
Huh?
We only get that fight if they drop them belts.
What you mean?
Okay, so you got Stanionis, right? Stanionis is promised the winner.
No, he's not.
Yes,
That
he
there
is.
again. There you
No,
go
he's
with that.
not. I,
Yes,
I
he
didn't even
No,
is.
see
he's
that.
not. Let me
He's
tell
not.
you what has been
Listen,
Earl's not
said.
fighting him, bro.
He's hold
stop.
on, Trap, and
Wait,
I'll give
wait,
you the floor.
stop. When
Wait,
when
why
when
is
you
him?
take step aside money, nobody's taking step aside, and they're not anything in their contract that states that I will be next.
Why
Then
is
we have
him?
to Lennar, wait. Then the IBF is going to be ordered.
Okay,
So
why?
they're gonna have
Okay,
to drop them belts. But Trap, go ahead, bro.
why? Okay, I was gonna say one quick thing before I give it a
Yeah,
Trap. Is that
but
okay? Okay, one
Lennar,
quick.
No,
had the
that wasn't me.
floor
That's
for like
somebody else.
you had the floor for like 15 minutes.
Okay, can I say one quick thing?
Go ahead, Lennar.
All right, I said this one quick and Trap has the floor. Why is Sam? Again, this is. You remember how I came back before and when I came when Spence had that injury, and I said, listen, man, don't look at what these fans are saying. You have to do your own research, and I end up being correct. Just listen to me. Stacionis was never promised the winner to this. He said he's promised at a title shot in the future. That's very inconspicuous. That does not mean he gets after this fight with Ugas and Spence that he gets the winner of the fight. That's not what that means. It just means he's promised a title shot.
Hey,
That's what
Lennar.
that means in the future, whenever that will be. Go ahead, Trap.
Wait. I know Stanionis' people.
Hey, hey,
He's
I'm not
promised a
gonna
title
lie.
shot, bro.
I didn't see that either. I didn't
No,
see
no, I'm not.
nowhere.
I'm not telling you what y'all saw. I'm telling you that he's promised the winner, bro. Okay, but y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Go ahead, Trap.
No, that was whoever else on here. What you was saying?
No, I'm just saying I didn't see nowhere where it said that Stanionis would get a fight. I didn't see it nowhere. I don't know where that came from, but I just think that. the Bud fans need to like. If you look everywhere, bro, they are like mad as fuck that Spence got this fight. But
Exactly.
Bud just said that he will take a Ugas fight. He said Ugas is a big fight. Thurman is a big fight. Josh Taylor is a big fight. Even when he was supposed to fight Pacquiao, they were like, oh, Spence is ducking Crawford because he's fighting Pacquiao. Oh my god. But Crawford was like, oh, I'm working on getting the Pacquiao fight. Oh, Pacquiao is the biggest fighter in the welterweight division. Da, 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 da. But every time Spence gets a fight, Spence is ducking. Oh my god, bro, he's a duck. He's a duck. He's a duck. How?
But look, what happened to Butiev? So Stan Jonas ain't gonna have to fight Butiev.
No,
And why Sam? That's not true. Again, I'm not trying to be controversial here, but that's not true. The Stacionis fight and the Butev fight is supposed to be happening. That's a much. Excuse me. I'm either two things I don't remember. Either it's supposed to be happening next, or that's the fight that is speculated to be happening next. In the meantime,
being
That's what I'm saying. Because
speculatory.
what happened to the
Wait a minute.
tournament? Do they just throw the whole tournament away?
Stop. Wait a
no,
minute. So
I believe.
Butev won his portion of the tournament, right? Ugas has yet to fight his portion of the tournament. So based off of the information that we know or that we have, Staniotis will not be ordered to fight Butev unless they change it. Go.
Or
Okay.
could somebody else be added since Butiev had to fight somebody already? So Stan Jonas should get a replacement, and that's where I was thinking it could be Boots.
I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on what was discussed and what was negotiated. Right now, we're operating off of limited information. Lennar is like the captain of the Errol Spence crew. So,
Oh, come on, YSM. Are we gonna go there?
yeah.
Come on,
Oh yeah, look,
no,
and I
because
ain't trying to hide. I ain't trying to hide nobody from Boots. I was just saying I felt like Blair was a brand fight, just like Paulie Broner. They both like to talk, do the extras before the fight. Rolly would have been for Tank. I just feel like it's a
Bro,
good early brand fight. They both from Philly.
that Tank would knock out Boots, bro.
What'd you say? No. I said
You said,
Boots leave himself open, and if Tank caught him flush, he could put him down.
bro. You said Tank would knock out Boots.
No, I said he could knock him out.
We
He could.
talked
That's
the
a
day.
possibility.
We talked the day of the Thomas Delorme fight, and I told you what was going to happen. You remember?
Yeah. No, Boots did his thing. I'm not a Boots hater though. That's what I think.
You're a Boots hater, bro.
Hey,
Oh, no.
YSM. I love Boots. I think the Boots is the next Errol Spence. I love Boots. So please don't misunderstand me. You never really got my perspective on him. I love Boots. And I think he's next up. I just again, what amazes me is like what Trap Media said. A lot of Crawford fans are mad as fuck that this is happening. You know, assuming that it happens. And why would you be mad? I mean, I think you guys were the same guys who said that Errol Spence was trapped in a corner, and it was wrong, bro, because you knew he was in a compromised position coming off of a layoff and an injury. If anybody deserves a tune-up in a welterweight division, it's Spence. He earned that. He at least deserve at least one soft touch back. But then you guys don't push
Lennar,
that.
you feel like they want the Spence fight because he's hurt, or you feel like they wanted the Spence fight this whole time?
Excuse me,
I
I didn't hear what you said. Say it
I
again.
feel like you're being a bit disingenuous with that narrative, though.
What narrative?
The narrative that the reason why they want this fight is because he's coming off of an injury, and that's not the case.
No,
Bud fans actually think that he can win that fight.
Okay, and you know why I don't
about
actually
how
agree
the
with that,
business is supposed to
because
go.
I see a lot of Bud fans in the comments. They're like, "Oh, now Crawford's going to be rusty." They make an excuse to make a scapegoat. And I've seen that comment multiple times in the comment sections because they know a fully healthy Errol Spence. I mean, I'm just being honest with you.
They said now he's going to be rusty.
Hey,
That's what they said. That's what
No,
I'm not
he
saying.
gonna fight in between time. He not just about to sit around.
I want to see Ennis on his undercard
But
or
I'm
big,
just saying that I
big
heard that.
undercard.
They was like, he's gonna be 35 years old. He's gonna be rusty, et cetera, et cetera. They're making excuses now because they know a fully healthy Errol Spence is gonna beat him.
I do have a question. For y'all though, right? Why does Spence fans want the Ugas fight more than the Crawford fight?
I just want to see Earl on.
And before the injury, y'all wanted the Ugas fight first, so don't say the injury. Don't say the injury.
Oh yeah. You're right. I wanted Ugas. I wanted Ugas because he beat Pacquiao for the fourth belt. I mean for that belt. But if he didn't have the belt, I would have wanted Errol to fight whoever had the belt. But I honestly, I'm a Spence fan, but I want to see Ennis fight Bud or Spence. Like that's just what I want to see. I want to see Ennis fight Bud or Spence. I like the style. He's like a Crawford and a Spence, but faster than both, and got better defense and slicker than both. But like they're put together.
Stop it.
Come on, bro. Boots.
Better defense. That nigga get hit flush. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
bro. Boots
Wait,
is
wait,
a
wait, wait, wait,
monster, bro. Oh my.
wait, wait, wait,
Boots.
wait, wait, wait. Who said that he don't
He's a
have
Blair
better
House
defense
fan.
than both?
He get hit. They all get hit flush. Like
Everybody gets hit.
yeah, no, but I'm saying I think that defense all on. None of these guys are like Floyd. We can admit
Yeah,
that.
but he didn't compare them to Floyd. He compared them to Crawford and Spence.
I
And I
think they
said
all at
that.
the same level. Crawford
No,
get
they're
touched up by
not,
that
bro.
jab
No,
heavy.
No,
no,
they're
no,
not.
no, 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 no.
Spence
For one,
actually has better
he's
defense than
chinny.
him.
Crawford is chinny, and Spence has good defense, but I see a lot of times when he put his hands up, it comes up real slow. Like Boots, he's slicker, and I feel like he's more exciting than both of them. Like I feel like he should be put on a big ass undercard, and I feel like
Yo,
the
Boots.
world will be calling for those fights
Hey, yo,
with.
who we got in the
The,
building? Is this
the only
Quam?
the
Yeah.
only the only
My
the
man,
only
what up,
Oh my
Quam?
god!
What's going on, brother?
Yo, this is an all Spence panel right now.
No, no, I'm
I
not
mean,
a Spence
it's a,
fan.
like you say, it's a celebration, bitches.
Where's
No, I'm
Dre
not a
though?
Spence fan at
Where's
all.
because
Gino?
no, but YSM, you don't understand it though, brother. What it is this is what we wanted to see next. And let me give you my side of the story. I want to see Ugas versus Spence next because then, assuming that Spence beats him, because I would favor Spence, then we can see him knock the rust off, and then we get to see this fight for undisputed.
Fair
This
enough.
Crawford's not
saga,
taking a fight, bro.
this saga, this journey that we've been through for years, do you really want to see it next, especially when one fighter may not be at their best and not for undisputed? Be reasonable here, guys.
Yo, it's not gonna be for undisputed. I
It's
see the
not. I
fight
don't think
happening
so.
at a catchweight or 54.
So if Spence goes in there and beats Ugas and he
Yeah,
offers Crawford a 60-40 split,
No, he's not,
and,
bro.
no,
Crawford
it
is
keeps
not taking the fight. I
and
promise. He
and that's
wants
a duck,
50-50.
and that's a duck,
Yeah, I feel like
and,
it's a duck,
and that's
but
is a
when you
duck,
look at it,
a duck.
Crawford runs his mouth on social media so much where it looks like that Spence is ducking. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure they have a team behind them that's gonna come up with some excuse
Yep.
Yes,
that Crawford should that oh well so I saw someone say, oh, Crawford and Spence are on the same level skill wise, so it should be 50
Right.
50. But I
Wait,
what?
actually,
That
whoa,
has
whoa,
or
whoa,
nothing
if
to
me
whoa,
and
do.
whoa,
you,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
if
That
me
has
and
Set
you
nothing
that
to
were selling
do.
dumbass shit.
candy, if me and you were selling candy, and you sold more than me, should it be 50 50? He said, oh well, no, it's two different
No.
things. Oh,
Yep.
Hey,
shut the
yo,
hell
wait,
up,
wait, wait.
bro.
Oh,
Hey,
shut
yo,
the fuck up.
give me a second. My man Quam, you just now coming in? Cook, Quam.
Yeah. Look, I had to agree with the brother who was just speaking about why I wanting to see Ugas because I feel like Errol Spence has done and said everything that he was gonna do in terms of attaining the belts from the PBC and then going to fight Crawford. This is the perfect time for it to happen. Crawford is not under Bob Arum anymore. The fight can be made, and now we could really hold whoever's feet to the fire for the fight not being made next because it's the
Agree.
only fight. It's the only fight to be made, and it's also a lot bigger of a fight. Without going into your theory about a catch weight, if it is for that 47, it's so much more of a bigger fight because it's like Terrence Crawford's undisputed at 140. The rivalry, now they get to fight for all the marbles, everything's on the line. The fight, it's a huge fight, could happen in Vegas. It's just it'll be the biggest. It's now will be the biggest fight in boxing once
Yes.
Spence beats Ugas. So my thing is two things, right? First thing is I don't understand why uh you're a manager or a promoter doing his job for his client is such a bad thing. If Bob Arum would have went about his business the same way that Al Heyman went about his business to make these fights happen and go the extra mile for his client to make these fights happen, Bud Crawford wouldn't be in the situation that he's in. Number one, you know what I mean. So we know boxing is a dirty game. You know that people palms get greased. Promises being made backdoor. meetings and all that stuff. But the thing is, I was in a place where if the WBA wasn't going to approve this fight, then he needed to fight Bud next. That's where I was at.
Exactly.
But now that it's there, right?
Hey, and and you know what too? On that aspect, um, I
Oh, I don't know what's going on. We can't hear
The
you,
joint went out.
but yeah, but
Hey,
yeah. As I was saying, like, I just think we in a great place. And on the flip side of it, right? This is what I'm gonna say to you, because Jamil, that I'm tagged on social media as Spence all-time number
You the
one
president.
cheerleader
You the
fan.
president.
I'm the president, right? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
hey no man,
Like
I
I
get
said,
that. I get that. People hate on me
no,
now, but go
no, no.
ahead.
It's a different level for me. I got a whole group.
Hey, Leonard,
Yeah,
there's
it's a different
there's
level.
no
yeah.
level higher
I've
than
been
Clive.
it,
There's no level higher than
Fab.
me. I got his family. I got Boots fam. I got Bud family, trainer, everyone
Bo
in my
Mac,
Yeah,
all of them, bro. It's
everyone.
like,
Right. And
Mac
yeah.
literally hopped
But
on his shit and tried to tell him that he's not talking to him when
Oh,
that's his
you
own
was there.
fucking.
Yeah, my own
Yeah, I'm like,
platform, right?
but
So,
look, y'all don't think the Ugas fight just make the business even harder because Ugas coming off a
no,
pay per view
bro,
with Pacquiao.
bro,
no,
It's
how does it
no,
so
make it hard if
no,
it's so
this gonna be
no.
simple?
another successful pay per
It's
view for Spence, and that's
bro,
gonna make Bud fans delusional about the
exactly. But
business.
so look, all right,
No,
oh,
but
that's
like,
just
actually
and
a
like
and
good point.
YSM, and I'll say
just
this
like
too.
YMC said,
And
if it was Jerron
yo,
Ennis, if it was Jerron Ennis doing this, and Jerron Ennis told Spence, "Nah, I'm taking 50-50 when he doesn't sell much." What the fuck? I don't care if
No, but I'm saying they delusional. They don't want to hear no
Right,
logics. So this is
right,
just
right,
another successful pay per view for Spence,
right,
which messed the business up even more.
yo,
right. So,
hey, can I say something, fellas? That's not being said at this point. I mean, it's to the point where you can, at the very least, win, lose, or draw against Ugas, right? That you can say that at least Spence showed enough consistency that he didn't at least duck Crawford, that he had his plan. And if he beats Ugas at that point, when he goes to the fight with Crawford, the Crawford fans and the Errol Spence detractors, they owe this man an apology for years of claiming of ducking and degrading this man. Does he not get owed an apology for that?
Nah, they don't
well,
care
man,
nothing about
it's
that.
no,
just
they
That
don't. They don't
bro,
have
it's
class
just
like that,
it's
so that's
sports,
not going
bro.
to happen.
It's sports, bro. It's sports.
Yeah.
Wait, wait,
It's
wait.
just
Let me say something real fast. Did Earl Spence duck Terrence Crawford? No. Did Al Heyman freeze Terrence Crawford's ass out?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Uh,
That
uh,
happened.
yep. I
That's a
agree.
real thing.
But
Yeah.
but 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 at the end of the day, Bud said when he was saying that he live in Aram, he said that Aram couldn't secure him a Spence fight. So how I don't understand. And if say if they went into negotiation, Bob's cheap ass wasn't paying Errol shit.
He
Bob
already
wasn't.
said he
Hey,
wasn't.
hey,
Yeah, he
real
already said
fast,
that.
really
So
for the shout
when
out
was
to
this fight
Machiavelli
ever supposed to
Mafia.
get made?
Thank you for the super chat, bro. I really appreciate you, man. You're welcome back at any time. I wish more fans hop on. We got like 10 minutes left. Hop on, give your thoughts, man. Bud
Yeah.
fans, where are y'all
Hey,
at, man?
hey, YSM,
Yeah.
YSM, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Who do you think Crawford should take a fight while Spence is fighting Ugas, or
Yeah,
do you think he should go down to 140, bro, and fight
no,
Josh
I think
Taylor
you should
or
fight Keith Thurman.
Keith
Yeah.
Thurman?
Yeah, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has proven to be able to sell.
Yeah. Facts.
And he
Yeah,
needs
yeah, yeah.
somebody that can, I ain't gonna say carry a pay-per-view, but yeah.
Hey,
Look,
hey, I,
but
I
but
think I think I think Keith Thurman drops Crawford at one point in that fight,
I can see
just with
that.
his right hand.
no, Keith Thurman not beating Barrios. What are you talking about?
Oh,
What
Keith
the
Thurman
He
gonna
fuck?
ain't
stop
even
Barry.
fought.
He's gonna
yeah,
stop
Keith
Barrios.
Thurman gonna stop
Not
Barry.
Barrios. He just
No, he
he,
not. He ain't fought in like
I,
two
I would
years,
ask
bro. The nigga
Trap.
almost got whooped by Jose
What do
Cito.
you see so
but he's
much in
fighting
like
somebody who just got
Blair?
knocked out at a
What,
smaller weight class. So you know
what,
what I'm saying?
why do you think
Thurman
Blair will
watch,
beat
bro.
Ennis? Why do you think Blair will beat Ennis? I want you to explain that. Why do you think Blair, out of anybody in that whole
I
welterweight
never
Hey,
division?
said that. I said it's a good
wait.
brand fight, just like Paulie
Wait.
was for Broner because of the pre-hype build-up, just like Rolly would have been for Tank. It's more just they gonna talk, go back and forth. They both from Philly. It's just a brand fight. That's all it is.
Hey Dre, you saying that they're trying to plan Stanionis versus Butsev as the main event or as the co-main for Spence versus Ugas? Uh,
It would be. I got because I'm getting ready to go on in a second on my own platform. But just real quick, for you, Jamil.
hey yo, when I wait real fast, Juan. When I close down, hop on loyal to the game, man, and then
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
hop
yeah,
on
for sure.
bust it
yeah,
open.
Loyal to the
Hey,
game.
yeah. Loyal to the
hey, that's
game.
your, that's hey man. I'm gonna go hop on your panel once YSM. Put it in the
I
chat for me, brother.
I
Is it
hope,
Okay.
but
two or
I hope
is it?
Bud nephew and that. I hope
No,
Bud
no,
nephew over there too.
just go to YouTube and type in "Loyal to the Game Boxing." I'm gonna pop right up. Make sure you
All right,
just subscribe.
Bro,
Real simple. Loyal to the Game Boxing.
I
all
watched
right.
that whole
All right.
5 hour panel y'all did with Bud's nephew, and
Yeah.
bro, y'all made so many points. I saw you in there too, YSM.
He was
Y'all
trolling.
made so many points, and then he still was like, oh well, man,
Right.
man, man, like bro, I just tell your uncle that he don't deserve fucking. I think it should be 70-30.
Yeah.
He never.
I try not to. I try not to get into all of that. I just want someone to be realistic. The only issue I have with the Crawford team with that whole negotiation is if the numbers don't say that you weren't 50-50, you can't turn that down and then say, okay, this guy's scared of me because I don't want to accept an offer. That's been my only issue with them. But the second thing is, Spence is my favorite fighter. Boots is a very, very close second for me. I have Boots possibly beating. I got Boots stopping Crawford because I don't think he can stand up to his power at all. Uh, Spence, Spence, it's more of a toss up only because of what the style and Gary Anton Russell showing that pressure, and I just seen a little bit of stuff in Boots defense where I think it would just be more interesting, but definitely a 50-50 fight without a doubt. I wouldn't be shocked if it went either way at all.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, where's the same energy, right? For now that Spence got a title unification fight, where's the same energy for Bud with Boots?
hey, Quan,
Because, uh huh,
real fast. Thank you for the super chat, Eso. I appreciate you. Look at what Porter had to do to get the Bud Aram shit on his value for years, and he said he wasn't going to pay for a high level opponent for Bud unless it's a pay per view with Spencer or Pac. Nothing to do with Al. Hey, Eso, that kind of stems from he needed somebody to carry the pay per view
right,
because he's constantly losing money on Bud.
right.
I mean, I'm a business guy. The reality is, Bud has a high salary, but he doesn't really bring. He doesn't really bring equal value. I had to mute y'all real fast. Go ahead and cook. Leonard,
Oh,
come on.
yeah, I was just saying, where's the same energy? Like how people were saying, Boots is Spence mandatory or whatever, because I mean, Boots is right up there. He's number 2 in the WBO. We all know Golden Boy is not gonna serve up Virgil Ortiz to Bud Crawford because they've already said that they're trying to wait a while to let shit marinate so he can fight Boots with a title. So they're already showing that they don't want any tough fights for Virgil Ortiz because he's the biggest commodity Golden Boy has at this point. There's no Canelo anymore. Ryan Garcia doesn't fight, so they're not gonna. Terrence Crawford doesn't have like the risk is not worth the reward because it's not going to be as big a fight. Say for instance, if Virgil Ortiz fought uh, Errol Spence say in Dallas, that would be a huge fight. But
Hey, hey,
Terrence Crawford, it
Hey,
wouldn't be a big
Quan.
fight.
Hey, Quan, we got somebody calling y'all out in the comments, man.
hey,
Trainer Mark Mazuma.
What
Fans
he
need to
said?
stop worrying about who deserves the bigger splits and justify these politics. Demand the big fights and push as hard as you to yeah.
what has
Yeah, well,
Bud
I
done
don't.
No,
to
Yeah,
no,
push this
no,
fight?
no,
I don't.
What has Bud done to push this
no
fight?
disrespect. No disrespect to trainer Mark Mazuma here, but at the end of the day, this is part of the reason why the fight's not being made because
Right,
one side thinks they deserve more than what they deserve.
Hey,
That it has to be discussed.
hey,
It has to be. You
YSM.
cannot overlook
What?
this.
Hey, okay, look. So say if the WBO mandates Jerron Ennis to fight Crawford, what do you think the excuse is going to be if like what do you think the excuses are going to be? Because I think Jerron Ennis He's nobody. He needs to go
Mm-hmm.
prove himself. Da da
Yep.
da da. This and this and that.
Oh,
But do you think Crawford drops the belt, or do you think he fights him?
he better.
He better. He gonna look real
He
bad.
better. He better drop
He
that
better.
belt.
Oh, you
Nah,
say he better
Crawford ain't
drop the
dropping
belt.
no belt. I don't
He
know
ain't
why
gonna
y'all
drop
think
it.
Crawford.
Crawford
Yo,
drop it, bro.
yo,
Crawford gonna drop
he
the
better
belt
drop that
against
belt.
Ennis.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a being with y'all.
He gonna get
Right?
embarrassed.
For as good
Crawford ain't scared of nobody.
For as good as Terrence Crawford is, right? Terrence Crawford is a bad is Yordenis is a bad style matchup
For
for
him.
Bud because
Terrible.
Horrible.
everything that Bud has over Spence, like as far as being able to switch, and he's faster than Spence, Boots has over him.
Yep.
And he's chinny and he's smaller.
Bro,
Right.
Boots is smarter. As soon as Crawford gets hit, he goes into I'm finna hit him
Southpaw.
back. Bro, Boots is way smarter than him. He gonna hit him with
No,
a
no,
right.
I will say,
But
this though. Boots does like to trade. He kind of has that butt in him. He does get kind of, he has
Bro,
lapses in his defense, so he'll get
Yeah,
Bud
but
is
blocked.
the
if
most
you
He'll
stay
get
on
like
that
top of Crawford right
reposition.
hand, you pretty much nullify him. Whether he orthodox or southpaw, stay on top of his right hand. You pretty
That's
much
the
but
take
whole
him out
reason
the
I
fight.
run.
Once you
Boots
step
can hit.
inside
but
that right
Boots use
foot,
for as good as he
angles.
is, the only adjustment that he can make is going southpaw. And it's
He's not even, bro.
yeah,
Crawford's
but
not
it's
even a
it's
switch
only
hitter, bro.
deadly one if you inside that right foot. If
How
you
can
stay
you
on
be a
top of that
switch
right
hitter if
hand,
you
it don't
stay
do nothing.
orthodox for 30 seconds? And as soon as somebody tap you on your nose, you go back to southpaw. How can you be a
Yep.
switch hitter?
That's a
He
that's
doesn't.
a that's a fact.
He doesn't switch it off of instinct like Hagler. He just switches when he has
Bro,
to
he
gain
does
an
that. He
advantage.
does that to try to confuse the opponent for 30 seconds until
Yes,
somebody hit him with a constant jab or hit him with something. Then he goes
Go
straight to
back to
southpaw
southpaw.
and tries
Facts.
to walk
and that's
somebody down.
and that's the thing when he fights. Fortunately for Spence, if he fights Spence,
He gonna walk
Spence
into a
is a
left hand.
southpaw. So
Right.
when he goes into a southpaw, Spence he's not going to have that advantage like he did over Kell
Facts.
Brook.
And
Facts.
how and how can he get past the jab against the southpaw? How you gonna get
That's the
past that right
thing.
hand?
Hey, yo,
Facts.
but I said, same thing though. We're looking at a fight with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is very, very basic, but probably the most consistent fighter from
Right.
round one to
Exactly.
round 12.
Tim
I've never
Duncan.
Exact.
seen Spence against a dude, against a quality southpaw, even though I don't think Bud is a great southpaw. That's his best stance.
Right.
I need to see what that looks like against Errol Spence before I say that he can beat Terrence Crawford and vice versa. I'm 50
I,
50 right now.
I just think, bro, all Arrow has to do is hit him and use feints to get inside, pound the body, face to get inside. Because all Crawford can do, bro, is back up and try to counter when Earl comes in. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only thing he can do. He's not walking
Why is
Earl
Sam?
down.
Why
He's not
no?
physically as strong as Earl. He
He's
has. I
not.
feel like his power is better than Earl's because it's faster. Earl's hands are
Yes.
slower, and I feel like it's
Sharper
like a
punches.
fast. Yeah,
Just
It's
sharper
but
quick. It's
puncher.
I just think
speed.
that he
Speed.
gets him on the
Speed.
ropes, pound the body by
Break him
round
down.
5, 6, bro.
Break
I
him
feel like
down.
Crawford has a puncher's chance
You
to
you
beat
have
Earl.
to you no Crawford has a chance. I'm not gonna
A
lie to you, but
puncher's
what I'm
chance,
saying
bro.
is
He has to knock
you got
Earl out.
you got a lot.
Yeah,
Nah,
You have
about
that's
you
not
have
that.
true. He can outbox. That's not
but
true.
you have to
Man,
think about this
bro, hell
logically.
nah.
You have to think about this shit logically, brother. When you actually break it down and break the fight down, people say, well, what does Spence do better than Crawford? Well, I can actually make the argument and say vice versa. What does Crawford do better than Spence? Spence has a better jab. He has a better fundamentals. He has a better body work. There's certain things that Crawford does. That's well, he's faster. He's a better athlete. I mean, I'll give you ring IQ. But that's all you can really say.
It's
That's
a
what I feel like it just
it,
shows.
it's a good listen. At the end of the day, it's a great matchup. It's a great matchup for stylistically because they're very different, and that's why I agree with Jamil about with Boots. I I don't see anything he do better. I'm just being 100. People think I'm hating because it's me saying it. I don't see anything that Terrence Crawford does better than Boots. And if you watch how Terrence Crawford fights against guys who has equal reach, just like him, he fights very passive. If you watch Victor Postol fight, you watch
Benavidez.
the Benavidez fight. You know, he's a dog when you got short T-Rex arms. When you a smaller dude, like he's all over you, but very passive and I just and he's a slow starter, and Spence is not the right person to be a slow starter against, number one. And then secondly, Boots, he won't be able to stand if he gets hit flush by Boots early. It's curtains for him.
I
He
think
gonna
I,
be.
The
I
only
think it's
thing that I can
it's
give
Boots.
Crawford over Boots is maybe a little bit of speed, maybe a little bit of just
Nah,
maybe
no,
a
bro,
hair,
no. I'm
and I'm
telling you,
stretching it.
no, bro.
I'm stretching it, and I'm stretching it, guys. I'm not
Craw-
saying that I'm
Boots
stretching
way
it here.
faster than Bud, yo.
I'm just
Crawford's
trying to
gonna
give
have to fight off
anything
the
for
back
Crawford.
foot against Spence and Boots, and that's
Hey,
really dangerous against Boots.
hey guys, let me just say, I gotta bounce. My show is starting, so once you
Oh,
hop
all
off,
right. So
uh,
Kwame is about to start. We
I'm gonna be
got
over there,
2 minutes
Quan.
left,
yeah,
and
loyal to
then
the
hop
game
on
boxing.
Kwame, man. Show him some love.
Loyal to the game boxing, right?
Yep, real easy. Loyal to the game boxing.
Everybody, hop on. Loyal to the game boxing. We got 2 minutes left in the show. Everybody, give their last thoughts.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, man, appreciate y'all, bro. Shout out to tell Boots I said, man, hey, push for a Crawford fight. We gonna see what's gonna
Okay.
happen. Push for a Crawford.
Hey, listen. Why is Sam? Like I love Boots, man. I know he's from your town and stuff. I see the greatness in the brother, man. So that's for sure, man. So, but I don't listen. At the end of the day, I'll close with this. This saga that we're going through with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is starting to come to a close. This welterweight drama that we've all been through is coming to a close. And now, once this time has passed and we've seen the fight, and maybe Errol Spence go up to 154 and maybe gets a fight or two, becomes champion, retires there, then we can say we lived through the Spence and Crawford era with its ups and downs. And then now it's time for the Jerron Ennis's, the Virgil Ortiz's, and the Conor Ben saga to start. And we'll see what happens with that.
Okay. Yo, everybody, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Loyal to the Game. I really appreciate you. You being here. You rocking with me for a whole hour. What we at? Like 70, 80 people in here. Thank you, man. Thank you. And right before football too. Shit, I gotta put my bets in. Um, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got good interviews coming up this week. My man was out in Minneapolis for the David Morrell fight, so I'll drop some more of that stuff, man. YSM Sports Media.